Hey, what's good, y'all, man? This is Kay. I'm back here at the Let's Talk About It podcast. Oh, my boy Jarred Powell, man, out of North County. Really good barber, man. He calls himself the neighborhood barber. Been in the game for 12 years. He's doing this thing up there in North County, man. Welcome to the podcast, brother. How you doing today?
I'm well, man. I'm well. How are you?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. Did some dad duties today, Went to the grocery store. You know how we do it, man. Married life, got kids and stuff.
I understand.
Hey, my day off and it don't stop. You know what I'm saying? So, but today we are here to have a good discussion about Barber Lives Matters. That's right, Barbers Lives Matters. And so there was a post that came out this past week, and it's by this gentleman named Sholey 54. Sholey 54, and he's talking about how barbers should not have lives, that they should just stay behind the chair, cutting from 9 to 5. He didn't say that, but basically he was saying that we should just be behind the chair from 9 to 5, go home, and go back to the barbershop 5 days a week and have no lives outside of cutting hair. Am I correct?
Yeah, he sounded funny on that.
kind of funny style, you know what I'm saying? This coming from two professional barbers in the game, man. So we want to play this clip for you guys so you guys get the full effect of what we're talking about, and then we're going to kind of discuss that. Barber Lives Matters. All right, hold on one second.
You ever cheated on your barber? Absolutely. What's one thing that makes you cheat on your barber? Them niggas having lives outside of barber. I don't like this new era of barbers, just for the record, yo. What that mean? These new barber niggas be acting like rappers or something, bro. Like, yo, I like my barbers corny. I don't like my barbers to be in the nightclubs and out doing all this extra shit. You supposed to cut hair, and that's it. And when I grew up, I didn't even know what barbers did outside of cutting hair. Them niggas was like cartoon characters. You said, Barber, you got a life? What? No, I don't. It just be like, damn, what you mean you going out to eat with your family? I need a fucking haircut. Fuck you and your family. Need a fucking haircut, nigga. You don't feel the same way? You got braids. So yeah, I learned to line myself up. You got haircuts when you was a kid? Of course I did. Did you ever see your barbers do anything?
I don't got to hear no more of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I can't even listen to the whole thing, fam.
Okay.
We cannot listen to the whole thing. This is crazy. You got brothers out here really telling other people, right, that get their hair cut by barbers, and he said his homeboy is a barber, and he's saying that this, I don't like saying the N-word on the podcast, but this N-word is his homie, and that he should not have a life. He one of them clowns, he called him.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
That's
bro.
Right.
Man, speak to me on this, man, because what is it? Barber Lives Matter. This is this episode right here, y'all. So speak to this for me, Jarred.
All right, so
Jarred.
I listened to it, and when he talked about that, as you put it, talking about his homie, I'm like, dude, man. I mean, no respect for your man. You said this is your man. That's one thing. On the second part, he spoke on two things. He spoke on barbers, trying to live like rappers. Thinking they rappers or whatever. And other one, he wanted to talk about how you wanted a corny, need a haircut. Let's be honest now. If you don't got no sign of style or swag about you, you won't stick out as a barber. I mean, let's be real about that. Now, when he talked about it, he said new age barbers. Right? That's distinctive. What I want to hear. I wanted to point it out. He did say new age barbers. When he says new age, I'm thinking someone, a rookie or somebody fresh in the game. That when he speaks on that, I kind of agree with him to a point. It's just like a lot of these guys, they have a look, but other than that, people sit in their chair, they don't get the results they're looking for, even though they have this look. That actually happened to somebody I worked with one time. He looked a certain way, so a walk-in went right to him, and we never saw that walk-in again. And I tried to direct him to somebody that would help him out better, but I knew that guy had just started. So it was like, he didn't want to go to that person. I dragged him to another person. He didn't want to go to that person. He didn't want to just go to anybody. I said, I don't know what to tell you. And then finally, he just picked that guy. So what I'm saying is that, just because you have a style and swag about you, if you don't have the technique, you don't have the personal customer service and gratification that's going to, give that overall experience and finished result, it's all for nothing. However, when he did speak on, having lives, it's like, hold on, man. Hold up. I'm supposed to be here for you and everybody else, and I'm supposed to be a slave behind the chair and not enjoy I gotta eat too. I got a roof over my head. I mean, come on. I got a family, like in your case. I got a wife and we got 4 kids. Dude.
Bro. Man, I went to Disney World. I'm not gonna lie, I went to Disney World and left the shop for 10 days over the summer last year, right? And back in the day when I was a beginning barber, when I was grinding, when I didn't have the funds to do something like this, to provide for my family and show them a good time, yeah, I was grinding. I was working 9 to 5. I had a second job at nighttime, working 6 to 11. And I was just trying to get money just to try to pay my bills. I was single. I didn't have no kids, right? Haircuts were $12 back then, kind of like 18 heads a day. Now, at 19 years in the game, I sort of got the luxury, to go out there, provide for my family, my kids, and have a good time. And if I want to leave the barbershop for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I can do that right now. You know what I'm saying? Some barbers can't, but I can. So when he says something like that, and of course, like you said, he was talking about the new age barbers. But man, come on, bro. You know what I mean? just because somebody is enjoying their life, you know what I mean? And I don't even care if a barber goes out there and is in the nightclub, you know what I'm saying, doing his thing, he's a night promoter, or he's doing some other type of stuff, he's doing real estate. I just feel like that's that dude's life, man. It's a grind, it's a hustle. You know what I mean? Like nobody's counting his chips. Nobody's kind of looking at this brother saying like, "Hey, man, only thing you should do is what you do, 9 to 5, and do nothing else aside that sector, right? Kind of stay tunnel vision and do nothing else." I feel like barbers, we have the opportunity to do a plethora of things. You know what I mean? Other than this cutting hair, if I mean, not to knock any barber that just wants to cut hair for 30 years, retire, and that's it. Right, you know what I mean? Yeah. You get in this profession, you love to cut hair, you don't want to do nothing else, as long as you know what I'm saying? Pay your taxes, of course, right? And that's a whole nother interview, but take care of your business. And I think that's what it's about, right? And it doesn't matter what avenue and what sector you want to take, man, from product lines to owning your own apparel, barber apparel, to being a platform artist, to owning a barber school, you know what I mean? Or even adding to your services, like myself. I'm now an S&P artist and I'm an educator. I think these things are vital for the community because we give something else, right? Especially if you're in the game for a long time, man. So how you feel about that, man? You know what I'm saying? About other barbers going out there and doing their own thing.
I love it. I mean, the fact is, after a while, like in your case, you've done it for, like you said, you've been in the game for years now. You should have something to show for you. Should relish the fact that I've accomplished. Take some time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Absolutely, I agree. Right. Myself, like you, for the first 7 years, I worked 7 days a week. A lot of people don't know. They see the result now. I'm going to throw this out there and then start off this. They see the fact that I was at the NBA draft. I'm sorry, the NFL draft.
Yeah, I saw you, man, big baller. Yeah, out there doing your thing.
A lot of people.
Chris Olave. Shout out to Chris Olave out there, Rookie of the Year.
Yes, so it's good, but I'm gonna tell you, man. A lot of people see that. A lot of people ask about that. They all wide-eyed about it. They don't understand the process that it took to get there. And it wasn't behind Chris. It wasn't behind Fred Warner. It wasn't behind any of those guys. It was behind, or Terrell Burgess for that matter. It was just behind me being at the shop, working on my craft. Even when I wasn't in the shop, I was working on my craft. Okay, I was diligent. I did my due diligence, and it's been paying off because other people see that. Other people, I have something that they want. All right, not that they need, but they want.
Right.
But definitely, you know, I put my work in, just like you did. You know, we earned the right to. Okay, I want to take a day off here. Then I want to go on this vacation. All right, you want to go here, babe? Come on, let's go. And you know, you work to. All right, I'm gonna be gone at this time. No, I do it. I'm gonna be gone. Like for instance, I got a wedding party I'm doing in 2 weeks.
Okay, you need some help?
So guess what? I'm telling people already, and I'm reminding them every week. So when it comes, you know I'm going to be gone this day, and this day. So you have up until now to get done. Don't call me while I'm gone because I'm not going to be here. Actually, this is a true story. I worked for this guy. It was his wedding day, and it was on a Saturday. This guy had this normal Saturday client. He had let everybody know he was getting married. People were doing, you know, hey, congratulations, you know, helping them out and all. He wasn't going to be it. This one guy wanted him to cut his hair on his wedding day. He was just saying, you need to cut his hair finally. And he told me, he said, listen, that guy told me, hey, if you ain't going to be here on this day to cut my hair, you're going to lose me as a client. He told that dude, goodbye. I am not coming in to cut your hair on my wedding day. No, I'm gone. Bye. He ain't see that man ever since. It was just like he was adamant. You need to be here for me. Forget what you got going on. And that's what the thing. He think that's your time. I mean, no.
I mean, I tell people all the time that like you have to like that barber station and barber chair is your domain. Right? That means that you have complete control of your schedule, your cleaning, your clients.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? When you're cutting hair. And so like when like you were saying, like when you want to take time off and enjoy your family or do something else in your life, it's okay to do that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
A lot of times the clients, they will give you what is it called, man? Like, I got a brain fart record, but they'll make you feel bad to the point to where you feel like you have to do that instead of like sticking to your guns and saying like, you know what, man, I appreciate you as a client, but you know what I got doing over here is a lot more important than what you're asking for me to do at this point in time, you know. And so it's important that we teach these young barbers because we got it under control, right? We didn't been through the ringer. We didn't heard every scenario. We didn't seen every scenario. I know you say you've been in the game 12 years. I've been in the game 19 years, man. There's pretty much nothing that a client can come and say to me or do, or just any type of experience that I haven't had where I'm like, okay, I didn't see this before. I know how to react to this. You know what I mean? So it's important that you young barbers, grind, get your money. Do what you got to do, man. But at the same time, man, take time off. And like my man, Mr. Powell was saying, you know, if you are going to take that time out, man, tell them in advance. Like I give my clients a month notice. If I'm going to be gone for that long, say 10 to 14 days, I give them a month notice. I never go and just say like, you know, hey, y'all, next week I'm going to be gone for 10 days. You know, that's gotta do better. You know, if you are doing that, I wanna actually kind of encourage you, man, and challenge you to do better. You know, be that barber that is gonna have that great customer service. And it's not like you have to, but I just feel like it's just good for your clients. You know, that people know you are. And you're gonna lose some clients. I remember when I left. I forgot where I went, bro. I went to Texas to go visit my mom for like 7 days, and I lost a client. And he was like, man, you was gone too long. And he went to another barber that was inside the shop. And so when I come back, he just started making the points with me, but he just walked by me, didn't say nothing to me. And I've been cutting this dude for like 4 or 5 years. Didn't say nothing to me, just sat in the other barber's chair, like dog, we talk like almost every week. You know what I'm saying? I know who your peoples are, you know who my peoples are. Like there's no hard feelings with that, but it's like, come on, bro. You know what I mean? Tell me, so tell me why clients feel like, and we're going off the subject, man, because
Yes.
we're just talking barber stuff. But tell me why clients feel that if they go to another barber inside the same shop, that they don't have they feel like some type of way like we're mad at them that they're going to another barber, so they don't want to speak to us.
A lot of cases it could be perception, but a lot of cases they don't understand. It's just knowledge and not understanding, knowing. I give you an example. There's a client I had since he was 13. He just recently moved to Virginia, and I remember when he came to me in high school. He came to me because his barber was out, and he did this on a few occasions. And the last one I remember is the third one he came to me, so I cut him up, and he was like, "Hey man, I just want to let you know something. The only reason I go to the other dude is because my dad was going to him. Kind of forced me, but I always wanted to go to you." And then I cut him again because it was two. He was gone for. He said, "Listen, man, I really want to go to you." I said, "He said, when is he not there?" And I said, "Honestly, I don't know when he's not here, but truthfully, you should just go to that man and just say, if this is how you feel, you need to go to him and say, listen, I appreciate you, but I kind of like what he's doing, so I'm going to go with him. It's not nothing against you, but I'm more comfortable right there." And clients need to understand, if we all in the same shop, the money still stay in the shop. So, I mean, there's no hard feelings. There's no bad. That's the game, because the truth of the matter is, and I hope any barber that's listening to this, I want y'all to understand something. Clients are there sometimes for a season, and sometimes their seasons are longer than others. Okay? As you get up in your prices, as you get up in your experience, it's very rare that you keep all the same clients all the way through. It is very rare. Very, very rare. You might keep some, probably 10 to 20% all the way through. And those are the ones that can handle it. But other than that, you're currently going to lose 50 to 70% of the clientele as you go up. Okay? When you start off at $10 haircuts, which I know that's impossible. Y'all don't start at that no more. Y'all start now at $30, $20, $30 now. I ain't even going to say 20. You start at 30. Still need to work in your skill set, but you starting at $30. All right, cool. But me, I started off at $12 haircuts. I'm now charging 50. That's just basic, just to sit in my chair. So, I mean, as you go up, you're gonna lose some people. Gonna drop off. It happens. But guess what? Now you can open up new spaces for new people at a new price. That's gonna allow you more space to do what you want to do outside of being a barber, outside of being behind the chair. Never be a slave behind the chair. Make the chair work for you. Don't you work for it.
That's good stuff, bro. That's really good, man. I hope people are listening right now, man, because it can become, you can become a slave behind that chair. And I joke around that a lot. People say, man, where you coming from? I say, man, I'm coming from the slave ship, because real talk, bro. Just because
Explain.
All right, so I say that because I just remember when I used to slave around. I used to be like 12-hour days in the shop, man. 18, 20 heads a day. And I don't cut slow neither. I've never cut slow. You know what I mean? Like the fastest I could get you out of a chair is 40 minutes. I just take my time. I talk a lot. I talk with my hands. Sometimes my clients, sometimes like, hey, I gotta get back to work, dog. Like, speed it up. So I just remember those times, man, when I was slaving. And just to keep that mentality, where I'm definitely not trying to go back to that. I just say, man, I'm just coming from the slave ship, and it just helps me just to remember like where I'm not trying to go back to.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's where that comes from.
Good.
Get off that plantation, man.
Got to get
telling
away
you
from that thinking, dude. We got to get away from that thinking, and that's what a lot of the newer barbers. And that's another thing I would want to say. Newer barbers, if you got an OG in your shop, put your ego aside and listen to them or her.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to that OG barber, because 9 times out of 10, you doing something that they already tried. They're going to tell you how it will work around your area, how it won't work. So if somebody going to tell you something. Everybody got something to share. Everybody got something to give. If it's what not to do. All right, I'm telling you, real talk, man. You can listen to people, and you'll get some stuff, good or bad. But you got to open yourself to listening, instead of just, I got it. Really don't.
That's good, man. For me, I'm 44 years old, and so I remember when I started barbering, the owner of the shop was 45 and I was 25. That's a 20-year difference.
Gotcha.
And so it was, I mean, one thing I could relate was cutting hair. But anything outside of that, it was kind of, we really couldn't see eye to eye. He had his own way of doing things, own way of swagger, stuff like that. So right now, to bridge that gap, man, between barbers that are in their 40s and barbers that are in their teens and early 20s, man, that can be kind of difficult. Am I right or wrong? Because dude, I'm still listening to Tupac, Nas, Buster, and maybe Ti, early 2000. These cats are listening to some people, man. I don't even know who these people are.
No more.
You know what I'm saying?
On that, I really don't mess with them. Listen to them. Like, honestly, it's to a point. You're right. Socially, I do kind of feel out the loop sometimes because I don't listen to a lot of these people they listen to. However, I'd be like, hey, put me on to it. Let me see what he sound like. So I've
tried it.
Serious, man.
I've tried. And, I had the excuse, man, these dudes ain't talking about nothing, fam. Like, I can't get with it. But then then I'll go back and listen to some of the stuff I was listening to. It. These brothers weren't talking about nothing either. You know what I mean? It's just something I just grew up just like listening to.
Okay, this one I want you.
But
this one I want you to understand and listen. Okay.
Yeah,
I listen to that different stuff that we used to listen to, but that standpoint, however, young people have young ideas, so can't cut them off because of what they play and how they go about their business. Which a lot of times out of 10, I don't agree with because 9 times out of 10 I don't agree with, or 8 out of 10 I don't really agree with most of this stuff. However, those two things can help you propel your business if you actually listen to it. Because one thing about them, they are more tech savvy than we were. Because you got to think, the internet was just coming around when we was in high school.
Right.
The internet was just coming to, like, when we was 17, 18, the internet was just introduced. And then the World Wide Web was introduced a couple years later. And then we took off from there. We had the dial-up. Now they get on the phone and just go off like crazy. It's nothing to them to film something and stream and market digitally. But we have to put our egos aside and be like, all right, how you do that, man? Because that can help me. In return, let me help you with something technical. So it can be an exchange of information that can help us both, but we have to be open to doing that.
No. I'm definitely open, man. I was just saying just the fact that how to relate on a personal level. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to business, man, I'm up for new ideals, new technology. I'm with all this stuff, man. You see, you got all these robots walking around here, bro. Like one day there's gonna be some robots cutting these people's hair.
Say that, man.
We're gonna be obsolete.
Artificial intelligence already taking over.
That's what I'm saying. That stuff is coming into play right now, man. They're throwing it in front of our faces, and so it's coming. They got a person out there right now. He's creating a robot, man. He just doesn't got the code down right now, but he's creating a robot right now to learn how to cut people's hair. This is the start to the end, right? So I just hope that within my time frame, it doesn't become something where we're out of the loop, like gasoline cars in about 10 years, but I feel like this is something that it's coming in the making, man. But yeah, so that's why I was saying that, just between the music and just the age gap, just the relational thing, right? And so sometimes these cats to relate to them at their level can be a little bit difficult because of just it's just a different era, it's a different time. I got a daughter that's 18 years old, man, and so trying to relate to her is sometimes it's difficult, man, because she's on a whole nother level, a whole nother wavelength than I am, So
my kid,
yeah.
24.
But best believe that, bro. I'm with the newness. I'm not with this new robot stuff, taking over the industry, dog. Oh man, I told you so. Y'all heard it from K and my name JP. Let's talk about it. Bro, on this podcast, I like to ask, especially from veterans, man, to speak to the new generation on encouraging words for them in this industry, because we were in a pandemic for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, man. If you didn't have a foundation in this industry, it was pretty hard to sustain it. You know what I mean? So, man, speak to the people, boy.
Drop the ego, man. Drop the ego.
Like that.
That's the biggest thing. We all have egos in this industry, and being in the personal service industry. And I'm not talking just the barbers. I'm talking to stylists, massage therapists, estheticians, everybody in the personal service. It seems like everybody has an ego because of the internet, because of YouTube. They swear they know everything. Drop the ego, man. Drop it. Be susceptible to criticism. There is a strong line between criticism and just getting active. Everybody's your enemy. Some people out here just to want the best for you. For instance, like for myself, I'm at the stage where it's not about me being on stage. It's about, let me see I'm doing well for myself. I'm happy where I'm at. But if I can help somebody else younger to get on in a way that wasn't there for me, hey, I'm here for you. But I don't have no malice in it. Just see, the thing about it, and this is what really gets to me, is that, I've worked with people that have taken advantage of me. It seems like everywhere I've been, to a degree, I've been taken advantage of. Why? Not all of them, but majority of them, because I added value that they didn't want me to go because of the value I brought. They didn't want me to add that value to myself. They wanted me to put it into them. And so for a while, I was susceptible to helping people because anytime they turned around and used it against me. It took me a minute to, hey, not everybody's against you. People just want to know. So I'll help somebody. I don't mind. Just be open to help. And nobody gonna know what you're thinking. So actually open your mouth and ask. Ask with an open heart. Ask with an open mind. And once somebody gives you the information, actually use it. Don't just take it and put it in your back pocket.
I like that, bro. Ask with an open mind. No egos. I think that's probably one of the number one things that barbers have right now is egos. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I'm all about helping the community within ourselves. We're a standalone community, the barber industry, bro. Like, why are we beefing? What's going on with barber beefs and barbers, battling each other? And I get the whole competition thing, right?
Competition is one thing, but greed is another. And that's what it is to me. I think of barbers, I think that us as an industry, we're greedy. We're greedy because we don't feel that it is enough for everybody. We got to get it all ourselves. And truth of the matter is, or they see you as, oh, they owe, he owe. It's our time. But you thinking, and this is what, I'm pretty sure this is what 80% of the new barbers coming in think. They come in, they feel like they're going to get people coming for them as soon as they sit down in the chair. As soon as they open up shop, like it's going to be an open flood. And that's never the case. And while you are underestimating this older barber, everybody coming in there that's your age is still going to him or her. Instead of just you looking at that and getting, most of them look at it and they just get envious. Instead of asking, why are they just going to him? Why is why is this chair still spinning and you still sitting in yours? What is going on? What are they doing right that I'm doing wrong? Right. They never ask that. They just get envious and try to, in a lot of cases, undercut you.
Or just leave the situation because they can't handle it.
Yeah,
there's been times where, barbers come in, they feel like the owner should feed them, right? I'm paying booth rent.
It's not the owner's job.
That's what I'm saying. They think the owner should feed them.
It's not the owner's job to feed you. If you paying booth rent, it's your job to do your own marketing. If he or she gives you the tools to do your own marketing, it is not their job to feed you. It is your job to make sure you eat. It's your job to make sure you have your booth rent and have money outside of that. Now, if you're on commission, that's a different story.
Right. So that's where some of it gets,
that language gets real vague.
Well, swept underneath the rug because some barbers, they come from a commission shop, so they're used to that. Then they go to a booth rent shop, and then now they want the owner to do this, they want the owner to do that, But to be honest with you, fam, like, you're an independent contractor now. You got to stand on your own 2 feet, man. Tie up your bootstraps and handle your business. So for newer barbers, this newer generation, I started at a commission shop, but back in the day, commission was a little bit different. Stuff wasn't to the books that it is now. There's more information that is out there. We got all this YouTube, all this knowledge that people can do their research, and so we're coming into the game with a new mentality. So when I was doing commission, it was just, okay, I'm here, I cut hair, you get 70, I get 30, right? I don't have a key, none of that stuff. They gave me my schedule. But what was funny is when I became booth rent, it was the same thing. So I was a booth renter. He gave me a schedule. I didn't have a key, and I just cut hair from 9 to 5. But that was me not knowing, right? Like the laws of independent contractor.
But nowadays, that leads to another thing right there. Not to cut you off, that leads to another thing, is that they don't understand, and even veteran barbers don't understand or have a knowledge of a business structure. And that's to me big, is that you don't have a understanding or knowledge base of having a successful business structure that will lead you to the success you're looking for.
That is true. That is true, because I definitely didn't come up with it. I had to do everything on my own. I mean, especially when I
found out my business structure just recently.
Yeah, you got to talk to people that are smarter than you, and so that's what I've done.
That's it.
That's what I've done over the years, and they've kind of helped me navigate that process. I know if I would have opened up my shop years ago, I would have had a different business model than I would have done, the 10 years that I was in business. But I wanted to say something that's on my mind and on my heart, man, to the newer generation, right? So if you're a dope barber, you got clients, and you've been cutting hair before you went to school. You got your clientele coming to the school. You cutting, and when you leave, you still got clientele. That's okay. I feel that you go to a booth rent shop, right? You got clients. You can sustain yourself through the booth rent, and it's not going to eat you alive. On the other hand, if you're a starving student, right, and you come up with no clients, and you're just learning the ins and outs of barbering, you don't have no clientele, you just getting started with this profession, and you leave school, I want to encourage you to either go get yourself an hourly wage job as far as barbering, or get into a commission shop. Facts. First thing, one thing will happen is the weight will be lifted off your shoulders as far as paying that $200 to $250 a weekly booth rent, which can add up to $800 to $1,000 a month, right? Who has that? Who's cutting hair straight out of school? Unless the shop is booming. If the shop is booming, they're going to charge you $300, $350 because they know they're booming. So if you straight out of school, you don't have any clients, man, go to a commission shop where they can help you out, provide not necessarily the tools for you, but provide, neck strips, towels, like everything that you need to be successful. Build your clientele there, and then move to an actual booth rent shop. I just think I need to say that, right? Because I think too many times these barbers, or the school doesn't even announce this to them, right? How to be successful after leaving their establishment. Especially on the barber. Cosmetology. I worked at Bellas. I still actually work at Bellas. I'm a sub, but the cosmetology program, they got a lot of stuff, tied up. Like, it's really, really good well-oiled machine. You know what I mean? Because that's how they start off with cosmetology anyways. When you go into the salon, man, you're probably not going to get a chair until like 2 years. You're going to be shampooing hair. You're going to be sweeping up the shop, answering phones, stuff like that, right? But in the barber industry, we don't have like a pathway, man, where it's like, okay, this is where you're at, make an assessment, and I feel like this will be the best option for you, And a lot of barbers go into the industry blindfolded and not really knowing what to do when they leave. I mean, myself, man, I went to one shop. That was it. North Park Barbershop. I went to one shop. I went in there. I was like, okay, this is like a good place to start my business. I sit there, and it was commission, which was good. You know what I mean? It didn't hit me with the pockets, but I sat there, man. I was kind of one head a day, bro. I made $115 for the whole week. So I had to work in that job. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, just be smart. Be smart when you navigate through the barbering industry, through this barber life, man, because it can be a sticky situation.
Starting and ending, like, have an actual path. Like, you start, do what you want to do. If you want to be a shop owner, all right, cool. What do I need to do that? How much money do I need to start? What square footage do I need? How can it, and biggest thing, if you can't cover the overhead yourself, don't even start. But at least put that stuff away to where you can, all right, when it's your time and you feel like you're ready, all right, I'm out.
Facts. Like, do not start a barbershop right out of barber college. Unless you know how to run a business and been a business owner before. But even if that, right, if you're a business owner, you're still novice to the industry. So, like, take classes. Like, get a mentor. Get somebody that's, like I said, smarter than you. Always have somebody that's smarter than you that can teach you where you need to go.
Don't mind.
The ins and out in this ministry, man, because it's always revolving. It's always changing. So that's just me. Do not start a shop right out of school, man. Work underneath somebody for at least a good year and a half. Learn the profession, learn the business. And if you got the capital, man, and you feel like you got the clientele to sustain that, then go ahead and open up. But start up small, I mean, I did. I started small. But this is my journey. You know what I mean? My experience. So I know what works. I know some people that jumped in and started 16 chair shops.
Yeah, you don't need a big shop to make good money. And that's right. To me, that's a myth. You don't need 10 plus chairs to make good money. You can have a 5 to 8 chair shop.
Mm-hmm.
You can make a nice income. And not only that, you can have barbers that are making nice income all around. Like, for instance, I know a guy in New York. He has a 6-chair shop. It's no more than 700 square feet. All right. Parking sucks.
Mm-hmm.
However, that shop generated $600K. And each barber that works for him makes over $120K.
Let's go.
I'm saying, so you can actually do it if you have a good business model, all right, structure, and this is the big thing, you have professional, dependable workers, operators. You can do that, but it starts with you. If you're not that person, chances are they're not going to be like that. So
that is true. That is true. How can you lead your troops if you're not even leading in the right direction?
Exactly. And that's just, to me, the biggest thing. How can I say it? What they say in Remember the Titans?
That's one of my favorite.
Character reflects leadership.
What did he say? What happened?
What he say to the captain? Character reflect leadership. Something like that. Because hey, It reflects on the leader, and that if you're a good leader, you're gonna have good followers. You're gonna have good people because the leaders are gonna be in the trenches with you. They ain't gonna tell you to do something and not do it. They're gonna be right with you. At least that's the experience I've had in my life. The
No,
best
that's
I
that's
had
that's that's
always
true.
do exactly what they tell me. Like, hey, I'm here with you. Let's go.
Yeah, it's like when I first started, man, I learned from this brother named John the Barber. Man, there's still things to this day that he set the foundation for me. He set the right foundation for me. The first, one thing he told me was, um, if you were working for the white man, he said you would be at work on time. So I took my butt to work, and the reason why I did, right? So check this out. I tested that theory. So you got to be to work 9 to 5 every day. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm a barber, and I couldn't work whatever I want. Man, I forgot I don't know how long I was working there. This dude, I came to work like at 12. Then he called, right? Then Tom was coming in late. Just came to work, walked by him, was trying to set up my tools. He was like, hey, okay, let me talk to you for a second. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. Man, he said, hey, I'm going to have to send you home today. So I was like, what? Yeah, bro, he sent me home. He sent me home. I said, yeah, I'm going to have to send you home today. I'll see you tomorrow. It was like on Wednesday, I'm just like, man, this Wednesday, it's gonna be slow. I'm just walking in, but yeah, I mean, he meant it. He meant it, man. But that set the foundation for me for good behavior. Even to this day, I'm at the shop before every single barber that's there. And it's not I'm not talking about that these other barbers or something is wrong with them, but that was just the thing that I had to do for the first 5 years of my career. And it just kind of stuck with me,
man. That's just you.
You know what I mean? Right. And so just saying that we're just talking about like good leadership. That's good leadership, man. You surround yourself around good leaders, man. It's gonna skyrocket you to the next level, or at least it's gonna have a good foundation for you to be successful in this industry. So man, I don't mind. If you guys are listening, tap in with me. My IG is K the Barber, or dude, let's talk about a podcast. 2022. I know my boy JP, man. Tell me your handles, bro. Where can people find you?
You can find me YG _pro_barber. I went through a rebranding recently, so yeah, it's now Symmetry Pro Barber. Symmetry _pro_barber. That's how you can find me on all platforms.
So before we get out of here, man, like kind of talk about that rebranding. Like, why did you rebrand yourself?
Well, this year I've been going a lot. This year, this is a brand new year, 2023. 2022, I went through a series of classes, and I went through the classes. I realized and understood where I was professionally and business wise. So I knew I had to change it up, and I also looked at the clientele I was dealing with. And I'm just going to say this, man. When you go around people that are successful and professional, and you see their mannerisms, you listen to the conversations, and you hear what they talk about, it reflects upon you. And once you're around that, I'm taking it a little step further, in this conversation. There's a difference, and I want everyone to understand. There's a difference to being in a conversation. There's a difference from being in the room, and there's a difference from being at the table. Those are 3 different levels. They're very different. And you're in the conversation because they want you to be in a conversation. You're allowed to be in a room because you earned it. You get a seat at the table because they see value in you. And as stuff opened up for me, as things open up to me, as people open up to me, and then they open up their people to me, I saw where I was at. I saw what I was doing. And I knew I had to change my motto. As you grow, your motto's going to change. So when I saw that change grow, I had to change with it. So, my logo is actually being remade right now as we speak. But I knew I had to change my motto and what is about me, because before it was just about me. but then I knew where I was going. So it's going to be about what my brand stands for and what my soon-to-be business venture will be about. So that's what it's about. It's not just about me. It's about a business. It's about a business model. It's about a business structure. So Exit JP into Symmetry Pro.
Man, that's dope, man. You spoke to me right now, dog. You know, I'm always learning and seeking new information, bro. You know, but I haven't taken a class in a while. I need to go ahead and sign up for a class.
I got you, man. I got you.
Never stop learning, bro. So hit me with the DM what class you took and stuff like that, man. And that's admirable. Speaking to you personally, because like you don't have to do that.
Thank you.
Right? I'm pretty much sure that you're booked every day, all day, but you still continue to learn and still want to better yourself in this profession, man. So that's why these are the people that I like to bring to this podcast, man. People that have knowledge, people that are willing to seek and learn and still better themselves, even though they are successful. And what that does is for the new generation and people that are, say they've been in the game as long as us, it's going to inspire them, because this podcast is about inspiring, motivating other individuals through their stories, bro. And so, Barber Lives Matters, right?
Barber Lives Matter, y'all.
Barber Lives Matters. And what's that boy's name? Sholey 54, man. We got a song for you, man. I hope you listen to this episode of this podcast, bro. And, on this lovely Monday day in sunny Southern California. And, man, I appreciate you, JP, taking your time out, man. We're both busy individuals here, bro, and so when I reached out to you, said, man, no doubt, let's do it, let's talk. And I would definitely be reaching back out to you again, man, because you have a lot of knowledge and information for this industry, and you inspire me today just talking about your journey, bro.
Much love, nothing less.
Love, man, none success, man. Make sure you like and you subscribe to the YouTube channel, Let's Talk About It podcast. Like my man, the Symmetry Barber. Go like him right now on Instagram. Go like K the Barber. That's my personal barber page as well on Instagram, y'all. And so we appreciate you listening. We out.